On the next episode of ReloLO, I haven't been away from my family for this long in an extended time frame in a long time, and that's not a good thing. The huge focus is to get butts and seats for the class on Tuesday. It is an emotional drain to get turned down constantly. Just like always, I'm still thinking last time we had 3 people show up. I wonder how many people are gonna show up. But I'm thinking like there's gonna be some people there. I'm feeling it in my bones. You can take a cheetah out of the jungle, but you can't take the jungle out of a cheetah.
What happens when you drop a loan officer into a brand new city they've never been in before with the goal of $2 million in production within their first 90 days? You're about to find out.
I'm Casey Knowles.
And I'm Nick Carpenter.
Starting August 1st, 2021, I'll be putting my reputation and mental toughness on the line to put myself through the rigorous journey of starting over in a new city without a single contact while documenting the process along the way.
I'm betting that I can create a plan any loan officer can follow to build a big business. With the plan I put together in one hand and a cheetah juice in the other, Casey will take the plan to the streets, find opportunity, and see if it's still possible to achieve your dreams in America. We did our first class, obviously way less people there than what we expected originally, but still a good turnout. The first event at Trinity Brewing went really well, and it's just another way that we're starting to establish ourselves here in Colorado Springs. But when we look at the original plan that we had, the original idea was that every day we send Casey a list. He knocks out a certain amount of tasks every day. The truth is the plan that I was sending him, he just wasn't getting it done the way he needed to get it done. And I think the plan that I'm giving him is what's gonna get us there. Moving into month 2, what we're doing now is we've brought on a virtual assistant. Her name is G, she's awesome. We actually had her take over doing some of the basics on social media and stuff for Casey so that he can stay focused on the people, on the relationships, on the big tasks, but yet we're still getting the benefit on the back end. So the plan is still the plan, but we need to be flexible. So we're making some changes to make sure, ultimately we're trying to hit a goal. It's not about the plan, it's about a goal. And so as we're going along this journey, we're making a little bit of modifications and stuff to make sure that the goal is ultimately what we hit.
In my head, I feel like even though I'm back in the grind, I'm at a little bit of a different level, and so I'm gonna attack it a little bit differently. I have been in this mode of making contact, and it consumed all my time. I have now made contact, and those contacts have offices that they've offered to introduce me to. And so, I hate to use this word, but at this point, I'd like to exploit my relationships a little bit, to just dive deep. So not exploit in a negative way, but to open up these channels. So I have friends now that said, hey, come on in my office. I'll let you teach, I'll introduce you to people. And I want to take advantage of that. At the same time, I have my list of people that I'm gonna see, what's the best way I can help them blow their business up. So I have this little chart of people I've met and people who have helped me. And these are all people that have helped me, by the way. I've met a lot more. But out of the people I've made good contacts with, I got essentially 3 referrals from this weekend. But that's about a third of the people I've met. And I think that's the same thing if I pour 100% value into somebody, like I can but I could probably count on getting 30% of something back. So, and I'm super cool with that. So my whole strategy is to pour as much value as I can back into these people who are helping me and help them increase their business. And then I'll probably get some kicks off that. So that's why this month's gonna be a little bit different than last month. At this point, I'm in thank you zone, and then I'm also in value zone. So how grateful can I be? How much value can I pour back and support these transactions? It's Tuesday, week 5. I am headed to Keller Williams Bold 100, which they need to make 100 real estate conversations or have 100 real estate conversations in one day. It's kind of like a marathon for Keller Williams teams. It's a really long day. To have 100 conversations, real estate conversations specifically, is super hard. I'm pretty jazzed up. I've already gotten three loan conversations out this morning. I've already been on the phone with a couple realtors, headed to Bold, and today is an entire day of being there, so it's gonna set me behind on doing everything else. So anytime you invest in something, you know, you're not somewhere else, and this is definitely, I'm gonna feel it. So it's almost like I'm taking today off even though I'm working. And while I'm working today, I'm building a relationship with a handful of people that I'll need to follow up with. So this is just a exponentially growing problem that I have. So, but if you want to knock it out of the park, then you need a lot of people to talk to. So today's going to be a good day. If I can show up somehow and get a buy-sell deal for them as a loan officer to maybe step into their world and to get an actual deal, that would be pretty much historical. I just want to show them I'm not scared to do the work and partner up with them, be in the trenches, and that'll be a good thing. I'm bringing some cheetah juice, bringing some books that I wrote, just for some additional stuff to kind of hand them that they can give to their buyers. So most people in sales and real estate, they really should be doing prospecting probably 2 hours a day at least. And what happens is everybody gets very busy within their business, kind of basically handling things that are urgent but not necessarily important. And so pretty much all day they're checking emails and checking messages, checking Facebook, and doing things that are really non-income producing things. So it's really important to have a day, you know, throughout the year, a couple of days to just really focus on outbound calls and opening up connections with people. And so by having it in one day, it forces you to do the uncomfortable calls, the uncomfortable conversations, and those are the things that actually make you a ton of money. And so good companies will force everybody together for a full day and just power through it. I hear agents getting 6, 7, 8 deals, you know, through this activity in a singular day. So it's really hard to do. It's hard emotionally, but it's super effective. It's Wednesday, week 5, hump day. I'm at a point right now where things are good. So I have relationships, I have borrowers, I have a couple agents that have an agency signed with a borrower that I've pre-qualified. So there's business in the pipe. And what's really interesting is it's happening at the very end of month 1. And so when I came into this, I have all this pressure that, man, by month 3, I need to have this business. And so at a human level, what's happening right now in my head is I'm like, oh, I got my business early, maybe I could kind of be done. And I think that that's very representative of other loan officers. Or other people in sales, is they have this pain point that they need to make it. And so they go out and they do all this marketing and they have this push. They start to make it, you get comfortable, and then once you start getting comfortable and that pain point goes away, it's easy to stop marketing and just sit at your desk and work that business. So what I'm trying to focus on is my new pain point. So the truth is, this is a 3-month challenge. I don't want to just have enough. I want to have surplus. And so I need to continue to not only manage the relationships and the work I have, but I also need to keep marketing and getting some more business. Right now, what we're shooting for is what I'm shooting for anyway, is a class on Tuesday, this next Tuesday. This is Labor Day weekend, so Monday I really didn't do anything. It is Labor Day for what it is, and so took Monday off, and coming into this week, the huge focus is to get butts and seats for the class on Tuesday. Our whole plan is to meet people, get people in class, help them, get them to a social, dive deep, again, see if there's ways we can help them get belly to belly and find people that we know, like, and trust. And once that happens, then the rest will take care of itself. So this week it's get butts and seats. It's week 6. It's Tuesday. Yesterday was Labor Day. I came back, I went home, kind of got a recharge with my family. Yesterday I came back about midday, and last night I stayed up. I did some continuing education classes, which all these things still don't go away just because I'm here in Colorado Springs. So over the weekend I did 10 hours of CE, which takes like 16 hours of time, but nonetheless I got that knocked out. And today is all about next week. So next week I'm having another event. The event is how to rank #1 on Google. It's probably my favorite class because I can get people to come in, shoot a video, and they can rank #1 on Google like the exact same time they're in there. But the problem is, once again, is I have to get them to show up. So for me to convey value that they're gonna get in the class, it's like this fine line between being excited and being salesy. And so that's kind of my job. I'm gonna try to get 10 RSVPs between now and then. It's next Tuesday, it's a week from today. And then once they're in the class, everything will go great. So, last time expected 25 or 30, we got 3. And this time, I'm not expecting any. I'm just gonna bust my ass to get as many people there as possible. So whoever shows up, I'm gonna pour some value into them and help them as well. All right, so it's the 8th. Super excited today because, being a bachelor, I haven't actually taken care of myself in a long time. And being that we're 6-7 weeks into this thing, I got some recommendations from the camera crew and from some people on Facebook that there's this place called Fast Fit Foods. So I'm pretty excited. Honestly, recently my neighbor's been bringing over some cafeteria food from the hospital where my neighbor works, and that has been a huge blessing, but I feel kind of guilty because every day she knocks on my door and she's serving me food, and it's just a little too much for my comfort to keep taking this food. So anyway, I can't even tell you today, from what I've heard, I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna load up on some food, and then that's gonna take away a worry because, eating good and having good energy and all that stuff, me just knowing that I'm gonna get some fresh food soon has kind of got me amped up. And so I plan on stocking up, and hopefully it's good. I mean, if it's horrible and I stock up, it's gonna suck, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So I'm pretty fired up about today. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good, how are you?
I'm doing good.
I need some food.
Okay, great. So a little bit about us. We are a healthy meal prep company, and we fully prepare these meals up at our commercial kitchen up north.
Okay.
We bring them down to our retail locations for sale, so they're fresh, never frozen. We have our regular size portions.
All right, so I'm walking into Fast Fit Foods, and there is a big, one of those commercial refrigerators with clear glass on the right, and all I'm seeing are black Tupperware containers or black microwavable disposable containers, and there's hundreds and hundreds of them. And as the person that I am, I hate making choices, and so for me, I'm looking at it and there's 40 different things, and I'm not really sure what to do. So I was kind of hoping I could kind of walk in and it'd be really obvious what I'd like and what I wouldn't like. But there's everything here is like a complete meal with all different foods in it and stuff. And so, as I'm in here struggling and deer in the headlights, this lady walks up. Her name's Kristen, and I'm like, hey, help me out here. I'm just dumb guy. I need some help. And so anyway, I asked her what was popular, what was good, and she was super cool. So she opened up the door and started showing me some stuff, and we're wrapping. And it turns out that so I live in Colorado, but I'm from California, a little tiny town in Central California that almost nobody's heard of. It's called Oakdale. Well, originally I'm from California, Central California. So, and then Oakdale, which is by Modesto.
Turlock.
You're lying.
I swear to God, I'm from Turlock, California.
Yeah, I'm from Oakdale.
Born in Merced.
I'll be darned. That's a small world.
That's when you're when you're Central, I'm like, where?
Yeah. I'm like, you wouldn't know.
No, I know exactly, but I'm like.
And in rapping with her, I find out she's from Turlock. And Turlock's 15 minutes from Oakdale. So I'm like, you're not gonna know where I'm from, and I'm from Central California. She's like, try me. So I throw it out there, and sure enough, we're like neighbors. And so anyway, we kind of hit it off. She was cool. I'm getting 14 different meals. I'm gonna get some workout supplements. The Cheetah juice is really good, but I gotta save some for the events. So I'm gonna get some pre-workout stuff because I work out in the morning, and maybe some meal replacement stuff like that. So I'm gonna stock up, and this turned out to be a win. Hoping that the food is good, but it looks really good. And so anyway, today's a great day. I think it's pretty easy to see by now, I have a couple tattoos, which is, pretty normal for a loan officer or police officer or UFC guy. I've always, I've had tattoos a long time. Last night I got a tattoo of my daughter. Rayleigh on my arm, a big piece on my arm. And so it was kind of interesting, the timing. I had a spot saved for her that I've been working on for the past 3 months, and just recently, my daughter's adopted, and just recently she decided to reach out to her biological father's family, who she's never met before, nor her biological father, at least at an age where she would ever remember. So we both agreed to go to California and take her to meet this extended separated family. And last night, by chance, I just got, her name finalized on my arm. So it's kind of cool, I'm gonna show up and, I'm kind of repping the colors, and just so everybody knows what's up. Not in a prideful way, but in a prideful way. And so, I love her to death, and the permanency of getting a tattoo with her name on it, I think, is definitely says something to her. It definitely says something to me. But anyway, this week, my head's a little bit in going to California, and we haven't seen these people in like 16 years, and so that's definitely a big event in my life. And so this Friday, I'm gonna get on an airplane and get out of here a little bit early, take her to California, do this thing that we gotta do. I'm hoping it turns out really well. I think it will. We both have a pretty good attitude about it, but her and I are super tight, so whatever happens, happens, and we'll be good. That's my baby Rayleigh. So anyway, got her on the sleeve. She ain't going nowhere. It is Thursday, week 6, and when I did Bold 100 with Keller Williams, I got a referral from Brand Maddox. She's an awesome agent with Keller Williams, and she had a for sale by owner that she was going to help, and she gave me the name. I reached out to the client a few times, no word back, and then yesterday morning, I ended up getting a hold of her, and she said, "Hey, I can't fill this stuff out online. Can I meet you?" And she gave me her home address. It's really great to do stuff electronically, but invite me into your home and it's over. So I'm all about customer first, but I am also a salesman, and I take a lot of pride in that, and people who are not in sales may not understand or respect that, especially not understand, but it is a craft. And when I started doing sales, I was actually going in people's homes selling our power plan, which is like $6 a month for cemetery plots. And so I got my hands dirty getting in people's homes and closing deals. It was not a good sales position. It was salesy. It was bad. It was something I wasn't at the time. I didn't know any different. But I learned a lot. And anybody who's watching this, who's done low rent sales, selling phone books, selling door to door, selling Drew White, who I had lunch with, he used to sell website URLs. Anybody who's done sales like that, knocked on doors and gotten rejected, you learn some tricks and stuff. Yeah, just to help open up communication and to get people to to trust you, things like that. There's there's techniques, and but you invite me in your house, and you're gonna have your hands full. So I love it. I'm gonna it's not a waste of time for me. It's just I'm gonna be able to go and help this person out, and I'll close it. Like if there's a way to make it work, I will make it work. And so this is definitely my wheelhouse, and I love it. So people that are in sales, I respect you. It is not easy, and it's a craft, and I dig it. So got some songs going. So the weekend turned out pretty good. Rayleigh and I were flying back in from California. Everything went pretty good with her extended family. And the plan is I'm gonna drop her off. My wife is gonna catch Rayleigh, drive her north to Berthoud. I'm gonna go south to Colorado Springs. but I haven't really been home in like, it'll be 2 weeks if I don't go home. So my daughter has a volleyball game tomorrow night, which is Monday. So a little bit of taboo that I don't go to Colorado Springs. But the fact is I do have an office I can work out of remote, and I don't have anything scheduled with anybody where I gotta be belly to belly. So there's no way in the world I'm gonna pass up this opportunity. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm snatching Rayleigh up since I got her ready. I'm gonna take her north. I'm gonna land at my house, and then that way tomorrow morning I can work Monday and get my work done that I gotta get done anyway, and then I can catch my daughter's volleyball game, which is Monday night. So with her having a volleyball game, there's no way I can miss it. Otherwise, I was planning on driving back Tuesday or Monday to do that. And that's like an extra 6 hours of driving. So that math is no good. So I'm gonna get her volleyball game in, hang out a little bit, and then Tuesday morning, early morning, I'm gonna shoot back to Colorado Springs where we have this class, and we're gonna knock it out of the park with the class. And so this is just gonna be a win-win-win. It is Tuesday, September 14th. It's about 7 in the morning. Today is the second class that I'm teaching, and I'm pretty excited about it. I think that the turnout is going to be much better than our last turnout, but again, I don't know. And so until I see everybody there, the class is in 3 hours. My phone, my car's buzzing because I got my dog with me. Nick, you gonna say hi? Give me a kiss. Huh? Kiss. Yeah, there she is. What's up, baby? Hi. I know. Yeah. Dogs. So, anyway, I'm pretty excited. I got my dog with me, and I love her. So, yeah, I got the class, and that's it. Hope there's a good turnout.
Our last event, we only had 3 people show up, and we had this gigantic space. When you do a free class, the truth is that if somebody has literally anything else come up in their day that feels more important, they're gonna go do that because they don't have anything invested in the class, especially if they've never met us before, or they don't really know who we are.
Just like always, I'm still thinking last time we had 3 people show up. I wonder how many people are gonna show up. I truly believe that this is gonna be better today. I'm just feeling it. And so, you know, I got the concerns that it'll be light, but even last time, I mean, it was light and I did really good with it. But I'm thinking like there's gonna be some people there. I'm feeling it in my bones. And so I'm gonna run back to my house, get a little more cleaned up, get the stuff that I need. It's at this place called Third Space Coffee. And the atmosphere, I just think today's gonna be good. Like I feel it in my bones. I'm coming into Third Space Coffee, feeling pretty good. So again, I think there's like a ton of people coming. It's gonna be great. I'm walking in, and to my right, there's this big area with some couches. They have a microphone set up already, and they got a projector screen. Looks like we're all set to go up over there. And so I'm walking over there, and I also noticed there's like this little room on my left, and it's a little tiny narrow room. It's got a little foldable table, maybe 8 chairs, 10 chairs. Definitely not enough to hold the crowd that's coming. I know it. But I also see there's some stragglers around there like doing MLM and different things. It is a coffee shop, and even though I think 30 people are coming, and I'm pretty confident, I'm no idiot. And so I'm gonna take the small room because I'm gonna pack that small room out, because a packed small room is gonna be better than an empty big room regardless of how many people comes.
And what's awesome is that the room is packing out. So Casey's on the other side of the table. I'm constantly having to tell him, hey Casey, we need some more chairs. Bring some more chairs over here. You know, which is a great feeling, right? It's cool because we get to make a big deal of it. For the realtors in the room, they see that we're getting more people than we expect.
You know, the last event, we're taking chairs out. We're like taking chairs out, taking it out, and now I'm bringing chairs in. So the turnout that we had the first time was like 3, and today there was like over 15. And so I don't know what that is, what, 500% like increase? Anyway, those are the kind of numbers I like. and today's going really swell. I mean, I got Nick up there talking. I'm in the back, crowd control, because there's a huge crowd, and so everything's going great. I mean, couldn't ask for anything better. I didn't know how many people were coming. It could have been 30, it could have been 15, but the right people showed up again, and everything's going great. Everybody's super involved. The class is helping people rank #1 on Google using YouTube. We've done the class. It's towards the end of the class. We're gonna take everybody outside, shoot a video, actually perform, get results right now while they're in class. And so we're going outside, we're shooting a video. It's pretty cool. We have everybody paired up. You know, they're doing the partner thing, which is kind of cool. They're not like by themselves feeling insecure. So everybody's shooting their video. Now that everybody's got their video shot, we're gonna head back in, and we're actually gonna get it uploaded onto the internet.
Who here got the video shot? Everybody? Well, I'm proud of you guys for doing that, right?
What they don't know is we promised that they'd probably get results within 24 hours, but that's a little secret because I know they're gonna get results in like a minute. And so that's kind of the kicker. That's the sales part, you know, you under promise and over deliver. So we're now inside the building. Everybody's uploading their video.
Who's completely done?
Nick says, hey, Google your number, see what it says, see if anything's happened by chance. And so the first guy who raises his hand is like, you're not gonna believe it. Like, I had 100 and something videos online and I could never find them. And now that I uploaded this video, these other 100 videos are now underneath it. So all these videos that this guy had shot in the past are now like associated with his name, his phone number, Colorado Springs. And so all that work he'd done in the past really wasn't helping him. And now he sees like 1 minute later, all this power that we just gave him with a simple technique. And so the whole room honestly like kind of blew up, and everyone was holding their phone up and look, yeah, you know, my video showed up.
That's
and
awesome.
Wow. Look at that.
Oh, it's working?
Yeah. Look at their faces.
It's on Google and
Dang, that's what's up.
It happened in the very end, and it was like this pinnacle ending. And as soon as everybody got those results, then I was like, hey, congratulations, want to meet up after? So the timing was really good. I mean, everybody got results, and it made it really easy for me to set one-on-ones for the next day and the next 2 days. And so I'm not gonna do that right now, but I'm leaving that idea in their head that, hey, this isn't the end of what we have to do. It's not the appropriate time to like dial in a close, not really into that. I'll let them kind of sit on the results that they got, and then I'm gonna follow up tomorrow and just see if they still wanna meet up, see if I can still help them. So it worked out really
So
great.
hopefully, who here learned something new today? Anybody learn something? All right, awesome. Well, that's the whole goal, right? Is like, we want you guys to take away something, and that's the reason why we do forced implementation.
It's the 15th. Today is exactly halfway through the 90 days, or at least a month and a half into the 90 days. So yesterday I had a class, and it was, so the first class we had 3 people show up, and yesterday there were like 15. And by the end of the class, that was pretty much one-on-ones. Is like I can meet them for lunch and have a conversation outside of the class, and every single person agreed to do a one-on-one. So it doesn't get any better than that. Not only did that go well, but yesterday while we were at the class, all of my Colorado people showed up to support the class, and we're proving a model. And so them showing up to witness these 15 people at the class that were all fired up to meet and to work together and to have a partnership just showed them in real time, like made me realize that what I'm doing is it's right. We're doing it the right way, or at least we're doing it one right way. And so that was, I came home feeling like, man, I got this whole team behind me, even though I'm here alone. And I sent out a sloppy email last night telling everybody how much I loved them and I appreciated it. And I probably woke up this morning going, man, maybe I shouldn't have sent that. It's not really like leadership material to wear your heart on your sleeve, but I just appreciate them like beyond words. So yesterday's a big win. We go to lunch, everything's cool, and then anytime you create this win, you can't go home and sit on your laurels. So this morning I woke up and I got 15 people I need to follow up with, and to be really honest, In 2 weeks, I'm gonna stop eating unless I get a loan, and that I'm starting to feel that pressure. So woke up with that fear of failure and pressure, and it's game time. So 2 weeks, no food. I'm gonna have to get a loan a day if I wanna eat. I won't be eating every day, I'm sure, but that's, I'm certainly gonna try. Yeah, it's like after lunch. It's fine, you can have one. Bang. Hey Kyle, it's Casey Knowles. Hey, I just want to thank you so much for coming to the training yesterday. I really appreciate you taking the time to do that. My man, hey listen, I had a great time seeing you yesterday, and I want to follow up and grab that lunch.
Good morning, it's Steve.
Steve, Casey Knowles from the class yesterday. How are you?
Oh, good. Casey, I was getting ready to look for your number.
Follow up. It's on the follow up. I haven't been away from my family for this long in an extended time frame in a long time, and you know, everyone's adjusting, which is good and bad. And so when I got started here, you know, I had feelings of being lonely and separation, and as time goes on, we've all kind of adjusted to that. And whenever you adjust to being separated, then you're kind of adjusting to being detached. And so that detachment I'm starting to feel when I talk to my kids, and that's not a good thing. It's kind of gotten to a point now where I got to kind of adjust back instead of heading towards being more detached and more okay being alone. I'm trying to make an effort to actually get more attached a little bit. I think like anything you do in life, you know, as you get better, the stakes get higher, and I think that's what's happening. Like, you know, I'm challenging myself, and with those challenges, as I win those things, just like being detached, you know, I kind of won being lonely. And what that does is it creates new obstacles. And so instead of quitting or pouting or calling it quits, you know, I think it's just part of growth. And so instead of crying about it, I'm gonna be proactive in winning this personal battle while I'm here. And you know, anytime you step up or try to stretch yourself, and this is a stretch for me, you know, you're gonna face hurdles that you didn't foresee. Because if you saw them already, you probably would have already experienced it. And so all this stuff for me is very new, and I'm just gonna persevere, and I'm gonna push through it, and I'm gonna make it the best I can for my family, because in the grand scope of this thing, even though I'm separating myself from my family, this is for them. So I know in the long run that this is a beneficial thing, and I can't take how I'm feeling right now in this moment. This is just a moment in the story. This is not the story. So I'm gonna get through the moment and make the story a good story. And we're gonna win this. My whole family's gonna win this. On the next episode of ReloLO, I went to Office Depot and I bought some Post-it notes so I can get all the people I've met in one location. These leads for me, it's a big focus, and I'm becoming less and less anxious about the socials. There was a guy there who had a little bit too much to drink. He walked from one side of the course over to me, and he got pretty close. If you're gonna fight, either fight or you need to leave or you need to settle down. Like, you gotta pick one, because at that point, he's kind of like wasting everybody's time.